Hello, everyone, and welcome to the BiG Byte Game Jam, an annual jam that's part of Melanated Game Kitchen's Culture Byte series. My name is Giselle, also known as Giselium, and I am back and thrilled to be hosting this event once again. I always love all the stories that come out of this, but for those who do not know me, I'm a UI/UX engineer and also an educator in the game development space, so always excited to be part of things like this. Love creating content and just hosting events like this one, so if you're new here and you're unfamiliar with the Cultural Byte series or Melanated Game Kitchen as a whole, I'll go ahead and toss it to Tim for an introduction on what Melanated Game Kitchen is.
Hey everyone, I'm Timothy. I am the CEO and creative director of the Melanated Game Kitchen and also a board member of Black and Gaming nonprofit. Melanated Game Kitchen is a collective and co-op studio made up of game creators and studios focused on the creation and curation of unique interactive experiences that reflect culture in our shared diasporas. We host a game throughout the year called Culture Bytes, as well as are actively working on new games. We are currently accepting new members into our collective for all types of sets. So if you're interested in joining, please come by, especially after the jam. If you want help elevating what we're doing, also reach out. All of this wouldn't be possible without the help of Black and Gaming, our jam partner. And if you're unfamiliar with them, Black and Gaming is a nonprofit with the vision to inspire a world where every individual has equity in the gaming industry. Their mission is to connect, educate, and empower Black talent in the worldwide gaming ecosystem by building a talent pipeline, providing community support, and partnering with industry studios and platforms. This game jam is the result of many years of discussion and effort, and continue with every year of the org and every year of this jam. The organization continues to expand its ability to support creators in our industry. And this jam is meant to be a force multiplier to assist all creators who are here to find collaborators, be a launch pad for the potential next hit game.
Thank you so much, Tim. With those intros out of the way, let's get down to some of the fun details. So this year's BiG Byte Game Jam will run from today, July 31st, through the 30th. Throughout the jam, there's going to be many different checkpoints. If you miss one, don't feel bad. There's going to be another one. But what's kind of unique and different this year is in a few days, we're actually going to be partnering with Global Game Jam, which will be hosting our Jam Insider Live, where you can hear from judges, mentors, past winners, and more for that initial boost of inspiration that you may need. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But during this jam, we'll also have co-working sessions where you'll be able to have live assistance from some of our jam mentors. We'll also have a mid-jam mixer, so if you kind of just want a little bit more social, relax, and chill, that'll happen a little bit halfway through the game jam. This is where you can tune in, chat to other developers, other MGK members, kind of get a feel for the community if you're interested in actually joining, or after the jam, interacting with more people from Melanated Game Kitchen. Please stay tuned on Discord for any of that updating and scheduling. But just remember, all throughout, we'll have these details all posted in that Discord for you guys to actually go through and see. As many of you have seen and also have been excited for, we've got a bunch of prizes for you at this jam this year. So let's take a look at what we're cooking up for you for our winners and our runner-ups. Starting off, we have a over $1,000 prize pool to be distributed amongst 3 winners of 3 different categories. We have overall quality, relation to theme, and creativity and design. At the end of the jam, our judges will take 1 to 2 weeks to review all of the games in those categories. We'll also have a Player's Choice Award for the game that you guys like the most. Make sure you play the games, be active on there, see what games you actually love. And something really cool and creative as well is we also have interviews with our Jam and Joysticks podcast as a prize. So some of the winners and some of the runner-ups will receive interviews from our friends there. Now, of course, none of this would be possible without our beautiful sponsors, so let's go ahead and take a moment to thank them. Our first sponsor is Alchemy Labs. Alchemy Labs is an XR studio with a passion for polished, playful VR games and experiences. Their experiences are oozing with style, absurdly funny, and groundbreaking accessibility to bring more joy to the people. And then, of course, as previously mentioned, Jam and Joysticks. If you're unfamiliar, Jam and Joysticks is a music, sports, and pop culture, and everything in between podcast that is available on Twitch, YouTube, and various podcasting platforms. From gaming, game development, animation, story creation, and more. It kind of just talks about the inspiration and opportunities behind it all. Jam and Joysticks definitely is a podcast for everyone. And last but not least, we have Plus Arcade. Plus Arcade is a creative studio powered by the community, culture, and bold ideas. They specialize in event production, design consultation, and hands-on workshops for gaming and creative media world. Whether it's throwing unforgettable gaming parties, hosting indie showcases, or helping creators level up on their vision, they're there to make it happen. So please give us a moment to thank our special members as well from the community who have given funds towards our projects and towards this jam. Without our sponsors, without them, we would not be able to put these things on. So thank you so much. Okay, something that may be new this year, we are actually going to be partnering with Global Game Jam to help elevate the jam experience. And as previously mentioned, we were discussing the schedule, Monday, August 3rd at 10 a.m. PST or 1 p.m. EST. Join us for our Jam Insider. This is going to be a special live stream where we're going to be sharing tips on game jamming, best practices, talks with people in industry, basically just a way for you guys to build up more information. It's a really good opportunity for a Q&A session. It's also an opportunity to share some of your updates from that weekend, all hosted by the Global Game Jam theme. So if you're interested in that, please find the link to sign up on the Discord. I believe it's going to be going through Luma, so make sure you get there, make sure you get there, and make sure you sign up via the Discord. Now, on to the reveal that I'm sure you guys are all waiting for, the theme. So, this year's theme, let's give it a drum roll, let's give it a moment. Something's missing. And now let's hear from Tim on some of those theme details. We've got a little bit more background and context. All right, go ahead, Tim, take it away.
Something's missing. Well, there's a lot of different ways to think about the theme, but this should get you started. And we'll get into some of our ingredients to give you a little bit of extra push and a little nudge of how to start thinking about the theme and where to focus your creativity. Our theme ingredients, aka challenges, are here to give you a little bit of guidance. First off, barbecue sauce. Create a game that is based on history or players learning something by playing through the experience. Honey. Ability features to your game. Tomato paste. Narrative-driven experience. Vinegar. Create a mystery or detective. Lastly, brisket. Take a popular game genre and remove a common mechanic or trope from it. As always, for our game jams, we have a food dish that connects to the theme. And this year's, as you've seen in the cover art, is barbecue. Now, for those who are uninitiated, barbecue is a special cooking technique and a collection of food dishes that have had many different styles across the world. It's an old tradition of cooking meat low and slow for an indirect flame, simply. Often by cooking large quantities of meats to enhance their flavor, preserve them, and cook for a lot of people. The first recorded use of barbecue technique in the Americas was in the 1500s by the indigenous Taino people of the Caribbean islands. The Spanish, during their Inquisition period, took this technique and spread it across the Atlantic, where it eventually ended up in the early American colonies. During this time, it said that rebel African slaves named Maroons in Jamaica had escaped from Spanish, and they were taught the barbecue techniques from the Taino people. And eventually they created their own version using unique spices and herbs in Jamaica to create what we now know as jerk. These days in America, barbecue is most prevalent in Carolinas, Texas, Memphis, and Kansas City. Barbecue is done in other locations as well, but this is where it's very culturally relevant and you get some of the best barbecue that you've ever had. It's easy to make barbecue and I get it correct. The pieces are like a cooking puzzle, which is why this connects to our theme of something's missing. You have to cook all of these things in the right order to get a sweet, juicy, fall to the bone meat. The barbecue process is simple, requires knowledge, technique, quality ingredients, and practice. And often this is passed down knowledge and from trial and error. Some of the old ways of cooking barbecue involve a common campfire or a fire pit, then using wood and sticks to build like raised scaffolding to lay the meat on over the fire. And then you cook for about 12 to 24 hours until it's ready. We've included a variety of barbecue recipes and resources related to the theme and the dish on our itch page. So I would highly recommend you all take some time to go through the resources, get inspired, and maybe find some interesting ways to include barbecue in your own dish of your game. With that, bring it back to Giselle to get some more jam details and have a little chat.
Yes, I absolutely love the whole barbecue feel. I feel like when I think barbecue, I think community in a way. I think cookout automatically, So
Cookout.
for me, yeah, it's like it's a food that unifies people. So always exciting. And now I'm just hungry.
I think oftentimes when people say, let's go have a barbecue, right? It's like, oh, let's go do a cookout, right? And so it's like almost synonymous with cookouts a lot of times. But
Mhm.
if you say like, I'm gonna go get some barbecue, and you're in the South or in some place that does it everywhere, it's like, oh yeah, I know it. You're gonna be. There's a whole food thing that you're going to go get into now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Everyone knows a spot,
everyone knows the spot. I'm very picky for good barbecue, so this is close to the heart.
Awesome, awesome. Well, with that theme and ingredients announcement, we're not going to leave you guys just hanging. Of course, we have a bunch of resources compiled for you guys to get started. For example, if it's your first jam or you're just at a loss where to start with all of these, we have a wonderful community that has a bunch of game jam projects and resources for you. So one of those includes the Game Jam Guide. So the Game Jam Guide is a resource to basically help you navigate building a process of a game. Game development can be really, really overwhelming at first if you don't know where to start. So this was a partnership between Black and Gaming and Melanated Game Kitchen. They've come together to share this resource. So you can go ahead and find that link I believe that'll be in the Discord. Make sure that you can check that out on starting. Also within that Game Jam Guide, you'll find a task tracker document. This is super helpful when, you get some of that scope creep when you want to start adding things. It's a perfect way to organize your tasks and project timelines. There's a large collection of free and inexpensive resources for that as well. But also one of the biggest resources that we're obviously talking about recurringly in this intro is, of course, the Melanated Game Kitchen server. This is where you're going to find all of the links and resources, as well as members who definitely will be willing to help you. This is where you can also find our mentors. It's going to be your home base for kind of all things during this jam. We'll have tools to help facilitate your team meetings, discussions, feedback on your projects, things like that. And of course, that link will be shared with you if this is not how you found it already. And be sure to know that our Game Jam consultants and mentors will be around Discord to help you as needed. Please ask them questions. That's what they're here for. Ask them for feedback. Anything in Game Jam design or Game Jam help channel category, you should be able to find those resources. And this year we will be doing co-working sessions. That's also where you can get more dedicated help with your project. These co-working sessions will also be hosted within server. So find some of those session details posted out here as well. But if you're unable to make those, please be sure to pop into those channels whenever you guys can. And of course, to move on to our Black and Gaming Discord server, MGK is a wonderful resource, but so is our partner Black and Gaming. For those of you who are part of the African diaspora after the jam, we encourage you heavily to go ahead and support this community and find mutual support for any of your goals within the industry. I know that Tim walked up to me a couple GDCs ago, and that's how I found him, was that I think you were walking with Black and Gaming. So it's kind of how I found my way here. So please be sure to go support them. They're a huge reason as to why we can even put these on. So please go social love over there as well. And just to leave you guys off with some game jam tips, it can definitely get super overwhelming. I know scope creep is something that I always talk about with my students, but I think what helps a lot is making sure you decide on an idea, either, in the first few days or early on. That's like a huge thing, and like kind of sticking to that idea. It might, morph and change over time, but kind of nailing down that main game mechanic is always great. I very much second this point. Designated producer. I think a lot of people overlook this only because you're wearing so many hats when you're jamming. But if you're unfamiliar with what a producer is, they're kind of the person that keeps everything on track, right? They're making sure that we're hitting those timelines and hitting those deadlines. It really, really helps with task management. So if you designate someone whose actual job is to help you guys stay on task, you'll be so much happier with the end result in the end. So for sure, take note of having some sort of project management or producer on your team. And then, of course, we love to see your guys' projects, so please share your in-progress work and check in with your team as well. Make sure that you're communicating. I think more communication is always better. When people, maybe have, I can't make this or can't make that, making sure that your team understands the moving parts that are there is really important. And then, of course, we have Jam consultants. Please utilize them. They're here to help. They're eager to help. If you're stuck on something, they really want to help you get through that. So maybe look for a co-working session or shoot something in those Jam channels for assistance. And another one as a programmer that I definitely emphasize as well, make those builds early in playtest. I think one of the biggest things I know that is a learning curve for people who may not be as familiar with creating a game, builds sometimes take a long time. And making those builds is really important because let's say something breaks further down the line, making a build that you can actually fall back on and use is always what saved my butt in the past. So be sure to make your builds. And then, of course, please check out our resources and that Game Jam guide. That's an additional resource to just make you understand things that you might have overlooked. It's a really, really good, just fail safe if you're unsure of where to go next. So please make sure to give that a look. Even if you feel like you're an experienced veteran, I always find that I learn new things with every jam that I do. So any resource that I can get my hands on. But please make sure to talk to your team often, schedule some group meetings. But if you are unable to do that, please reach out to anyone that is in those jam channels. Spend today talking to people, get to know people, make some teams, do something new, brainstorm ideas, take it as an advantage to be creative, and figure out your milestone schedule. I would say a month-long jam is definitely, you always think you have more time than you do, regardless of the length of jam. So just make sure you're pacing yourself accordingly, but most importantly, have fun. We're so happy that you're here. We're hope that you're pumped about the theme and the ingredients. And without further ado, you guys get jamming. Right, Tim?
That's right. Time to get started. We'll see y'all in the Discord server. We'll see y'all in our other scheduled events throughout the month. Very much to what everyone makes and the inspiration. Maybe I'll participate too. We'll see how things go.
Yes, I definitely need to pop up more in the server, so I'll be looking for all of your guys' updates.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, get to jamming, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See y'all.